Ooh, na 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 da na 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 na. Oh, my life has just begun. Na 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 na. Sure. Okay. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good whatever. 2.0. So, we have music preview, we have play testing, we have what? Camera slider thing. Let me, I don't know. What's the check mark? Check this thing. Warning. What else? Delete tab. Nothing here yet. Controls. Nothing here yet. What else? Messages. Like for errors. I already have this implemented, I just haven't used it and it's not yet properly set up. Oh yeah, I need to share this on my Discord. 1 second. Mama, na. The thing got to wrapped that about popped. Then that about to do. Boop, bop, bip. Oh, the thing got to wrapped that about popped. That popped. That's thing too. Okay, back. I did it. Yippee. Okay, this is not done. Yes, I know I have other ways to do this. I'm just... I don't really care right now. What else? Shortcuts. Yeah. Okay, so we have to finish the camera slider, and then I want to implement the messages. Like, let me give an example. When you like zoom in or you try to publish a level or something, it shows a message with this thing. This should be down here. Should be behind the title. Okay, so like when you zoom in, it shows 1.3x something, and the color is, in this case it should be white. Can I add a background? background. Yeah, like this when you zoom in. Or failed to do something and the color is red, and I can customize that. Okay, not this red, like a lighter red. Okay, that doesn't look good. Darker red? No. Uh, Strong red with an outline. Something like that. Okay, what else? Delete tab. Boring stuff. Filters and shit. Help / controls menu. Yeah. This should also be like pretty boring. I might not even stream this. Maybe I will. Depends. Shortcuts also quite easy to implement, in my opinion. Alright. Oh, and maybe for the next one. Layer input. Player input rework. So like should only catch clicks as inputs when they are like unhandled input events. Yeah, like this. Oops. Also, I have another plan. Come on, no one's joining the stream. Is the hour? Is this too early? I'm not repeating all of that. Well, I suppose I have to talk a lot. Not really good at that yet. Let me see. Okay, well, wait, why am I not here? Okay, now I'm here. Okay, I was missing. I just noticed. Okay, well, this is not too nice. It's alright. I do not need viewers now, do I? Yeah, I'm gonna switch to this view. Actually, no. Now you know what? Why is it so big here? I don't like that. 1 second. Paste. Okay. Actually, no, look. I I do not like this. I'd rather the stream be like big. Can I duplicate this and I just need these to be a little to the side, like this and this. Yeah, a little like this. Okay. Yeah, that works. Now the chat, I'm not sure about the chat, but I don't want to snap this. I want there to be a little margin. Okay. This is better, in my opinion. Okay. This is better. Because if I just have the editor view, you cannot see these pop-ups, right? And I feel like these pop-ups are pretty useful. So I also tried something with this. I just noticed that I didn't add this border. I think that's the problem. That's why it looks odd, because I forgot about this. Is my audio on? I did not. Okay, I did not realize I still have the. I have the background music. I did not realize that. I apologize. Is the chat even working? I want to check. Chat died. Okay, it does work. I don't have a car. I have a cat. Not a car. Okay. I don't need audio from here. let's go. So, I explained a little bit of what I want to do, what I did, and I'm going to repeat it. What is this? The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Bluetooth connected. Okay, so now I have to make the camera slider update. I haven't opened this project in a while. I took a small break. Let's see, camera editor, camera controller here. So basically when I update the grid, I also want to send a signal. Is the UI system connected? No, it's not connected. But I think it can be connected, right? Signal. Camera position updated, or maybe grid position. Grid position updated. New position 32. Okay, it's not used anywhere. That is not going to be the case. When I update the grid position, I also grid position updated? Not sure. I think I'm just going to send the camera position anyways. That would be easier. Okay, so now in the UI system, I connect camera. What's the name? Cam controller. That grid position, no. Grid position updated that connect. That's not a dot. Connect to what? Maybe update cam slider. Yes. And here lower down. I don't know when. I think here. Yes. Camera slider, cam slider, camera. New value. Vector 2. Void. How do I connect this? Do I have it? Okay. Well, I suppose I I'd rather take this out then. So, because in the end, in the function, we're only intended to check for buttons, specifically for non-toggle buttons. For okay, now this is toggle, but for more complex buttons, and this is not even a button, this is a slider. So maybe, I don't know, export category sliders, export camera sliders, H sliders. Does using just slider work? Yeah. Okay. Canvas item control. Interesting. Okay, so now we update this thing. Camera slider. That value change, that's connect, blah blah blah. And we remove this. And we call this texture button or just button? I think texture button. That. That value no signal. Yeah, this new value. That X. I think that works, right? One second, please. My dad called. Oh yeah, this still doesn't work. But then I don't need it to be in the tab bar. I could just place it in here with the rest, right? Yeah. Does it change anything? No. Okay. Well, then it's not even a problem. Sure, but okay. Now it should work. No, it doesn't. Why? Because it updated this thing. No, it didn't update it. I never set it in the first place. It was a null value. Okay. First of all, why is it exponential? I do not know why it works this way. That's pretty weird. Let me search for something. So level camera slider. Please select this one. Okay, I do not want it to be exponential. Max value. Not sure. My name is not sure. I don't know exactly where I call this camera slide. Slide camera to percent. Oh, this thing. I don't like that. Huh. Because I call it in here. What if I make this like an editor constant? Like in the editor, I make a constant name default level length. In the camera controller, I use editor. Editor. I cannot spell at all. And what else? In the UI system, I have to make like the reverse of this function, which is kind of tough. No, it's not tough. The reverse of this function, of this operation, would be like a new value dot x times 100 over dot default. Why is it not saved? Default level length. And this should work. Not here. Okay, now it does not work actually. Oh, because this is supposed to be times 16. Okay. Alright, now I think this works. Yes, it does work. And if I am to save and exit and load back, yeah, it does show this when loading the level. So that works. I think that's it, right? delete tab. There is another thing which was requested. It's a little label here when you have an object or multiple objects selected. It shows the amount of objects. Right? So let me check here. Another thing. No, never mind. I think, well, I was thinking about how to more easily check if objects are like triggers or portals or have some special characteristic. Let me see. So in the UI system, when I check for selection, update clipboard, action buttons, update selection. If len selection greater than 0, check equals false. What is this for? What am I using check for? Oh, this. Oh, right, because it is, I use the disable property and that has to be false when I do have something selected. Okay, well, if I have something selected, I will add a label here. No, not that. I will move this label around here, I think. Actually, I was thinking of something. Before adding the label, let me finish cameras. Oh no, camera slider updates. Great. Yeah. Well, I suppose that wants to update. I do not ask it to. One more thing. I want to switch to Linux because I made a list of all the applications I do use, and like all of them are either natively supported or have good alternatives. So there's no reason to keep using Windows, even though there still will be support for a while, from what I know. I do not trust Microsoft. Delete tab. There was a suggestion on this where, like, if you long pressed on this button up here, you bring out a little selections sub menu to select filters and such, but delete tab I think works better now that I think about it, because what if you do not want to select all the objects and delete? At the same time, that's fun in a bad way. I guess I could just add another one here. Delete. Single swipe. And this would be up to the input controller. But I do not want that to be... Oh no, do I need another object for deletion? I suppose I do. I mean, it's better than overloading the object system even more. But no, I can't really do that. I don't like this. I guess I'll just send signals to delete objects. And then from here, where is the delete? Delete objects. How do I check? Where do I store the filters? Do I store them in the editor so I can access them from anywhere? Do I store them in the object system? I need some suggestions here. Is no one on? That's not nice. No, cause the object system is already reaching like 482 lines. Like, it's definitely one of the biggest things because it handles so many functions. But do I split this further? Isn't that just more complicated? I don't really want to split this even further. Wait, I realized something. What if for each object I had another sub-resource, which is like some basic properties that contain this information, and they are all shared. Right? Like I have one for portals, one for normal regular objects, one for decorations, and I can just and one for triggers, and I can just add them to each one. And so I have a better system for handling these resources. I think that is better. Hmm. Not too fun, because it is kind of boring too. But I suppose I could do this. Object types. New script inherits a resource. And I'm going to call it GT type. Now I don't know exactly what I could do with this, but I mean, I do have an idea, but I don't know exactly what to put in the base one. I think I'm just gonna use it as a starting point. So maybe a portal. Portal? No, you know what? Just is portal. No, is default. No, is solid bool. Export bar is portal bool. Export bar is trigger bool. What? Right, so it just whatever I have here, but not just in here. Category. At export category. No. default details, no, properties, default properties, auto export. What did I call it here? Default. Integer 1. Now these are common default properties, common trigger properties. Here it will be trigger ID. Okay, so now I have this type, and I want, instead of all of this each scene stuff, is action. Like action, I don't know action. I don't know what the name for pads and orbs in this scenario could be. But I don't need this then. I just need an export variable of object type gd object type. Amazing. So then in the object object title, I should rename this actually, but I will not right now. It's not necessary. How long has this stream been going for? Only a few minutes. No one's watching. Oh, we are doing quite important stuff, okay? Scene. Color channel. Object resource. Yes. We only care when we have an object resource and we use it. Type. I'm just gonna call it type. This is right. Just gonna call it type because it's easier. And yes, decoration. I forgot about decoration. Object type. Oh, if I had like something where I have object type and then I have GD portal type or something. That would have been nice. That would have been nice. But I don't know if... Maybe I will implement that. If not is seen and if not in level and trigger ID is not 0. What the hell is this? What is that for? Oh yeah, because I spawned the trigger after. Yeah, that makes sense. Sim parent is not null. Scene.find. Check rest texture, collision shape, type. Trigger ID. Should the trigger ID actually, now that I think about it, should remain in the... No, it should not remain. Keep it there. Or should it? Maybe it should. Maybe it should remain. If I don't keep it inside of there, then I can just get this out and it works fine. Object res dot something is. Okay, what if I want to replace it with object res dot type that is solid? What's the first one? Here. Yeah, replace. That works. Replace. 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 Okay, that's all. So what's the problem? Can I just extend this indefinitely? What's this called? GT object type Yeah, and I keep extending these like GD solid. Oh, why not? Why is this invalid? Inherited parent name invalid. Why? Huh. I did not know that. Okay. Then no, I want to extend GD object type. Oh, hello Sol. Class name GD default solid. I have an idea. What if for each type I add a function, and this function is called getType. And it returns let me see, a static I don't know, constant, a variable type, and it's like I haven't experimented a lot with static stuff, only when initializing objects I have like a static function to create an object or duplicate an object, but that's about it. I need a way to get the type of an object like easier, to check like when I have a lot of objects selected, what type of objects have I actually selected, because it's hard to check that right now. Like I need a function that returns just the type of the object. That's all I care about. And these properties would be common amongst all of the portal objects or the orb objects or the default solid objects or the spikes. I don't actually know what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying something. get object type. Solid default or something. And I do this for like all the types of objects I need. Portal. Do I add type at the end? I think I should add type at the end. Trigger. I do this because, as I said, when I, for example, check for selection here, I think. No, UI system. Where is it? Create object edit menu here. I check for a few things. And I need them all to be the common one. Like I check for the first type in all of them. And then I check if the type is the same for all of the rest. If it's not the same, I spawn in the default edit menu for the first object. If not, if they're all common, I spawn in the specific, like all the properties for the specific object. I don't think I'm being clear. Let me write down. If the types first type spawn in specific menu. If not, spawn in a generic object. So if the types of all the objects are the same as the first object, I spawn in the specific object edit menu for that type of object. If not, just spawn in a generic object edit menu. But if, for example, the first object is a portal or a trigger, we just spawn in like an empty menu with maybe a common, like all the objects have this property option, or we just or I just don't enable the edit object button at all. But that would mean, yeah, no, I'm in the UI system, I can't do that. So I would not need all of these things. So now I have to go in each object. Yeah, add the type. Because it's not a scene, it's not solid. I could consider it decoration 0. The default channel is 1. Is portal. Is trigger. It is not. Okay, so next one. The first default object, it is a default solid. So I could just make a new resource, default solid. Is solid. It is not a scene, it is not decoration. Default channel is 1. Trigger ID is insignificant. Let me... Can I split this? Can I add another one? Okay, split. But no, because I still want... I want these... Can I not add another one? I want another one, please. File system. Where do I... Oh. File system. Can I not have more than one? I want 2 of these. Question, do you... Wait, I don't know why YouTube keeps blocking. Do you created yourself all the editor buttons? Like the textures? The textures, yes, I did make myself. That's kind of the point. I want to make all the textures myself, or at least from the... in case of the icons, the player icons, maybe from other people. Or if anyone wants to contribute with menus and such. I kind of hate working with those. But the textures, yes, I did make them, and I will continue making them myself. I want access, like easy access. Yes, make floating, but I still want it. I still want another file system. Can I not have another file system? Really? I want the file system. I want two file systems. I don't like this. This is one thing I don't like. It would be very useful if I had two file systems. I do not have two file systems, unfortunately, so it is what it is. But yeah, splitting them and list view, I think works best. Oh wait, I can just select them. What am I doing? Yeah, I can just select these. Let me make a new GT object type resource named like damage. No, I forgot what I called it in the signals groups. Hazard. Okay, hazard, I suppose. Hazard is seen, yes. It's not any of these. Another resource type. Trigger type. I suppose I could make a color trigger type. It is a trigger. It's not any of these, and the trigger ID is 1. Another resource. Object type portal. Portal. Here it is a scene and it is a portal. And the default channel. Now with the default channel there is a thing. I'm not sure. If I set it to 0, it's going to copy the background, and I do not want that. I need it to be -1, I think. If it's -1, the shader, yes, the shader will not apply any transformation. What else? Right now I don't think I need any type. Oh, this is nice actually. I think this is a new feature in 4.4.6 and it's really nice. I like it. Where you can it shows all the objects of this specific type. This is a solid. This is a hazard. This is a solid. solid, solid, solid. All of these I think are solids. No, this is decoration. Okay, so I need one for decoration. So type, hazard type, and decoration type. Oh no. No, 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 no. I don't need these. GD hazard type, hazard type, hazard extends GD type. Return hazard. Okay, and the decoration just the same as the hazard. Decoration? What is that? Never heard of decoration. Okay, so now this is can I change the type? I cannot change the type. I can just make a new one. Maybe can I replace it? I guess I'll just delete it. Yeah, it is what it is, right? Hazard, hazard, and the object types. So now this is yeah, but this, if I open it up, no, if I change something here, it's used, right? Yes, that works. So I have hazards, and now I also have decorations. Basic decoration. I suppose I can have more complex decoration which has more properties. So that works, and the default channel is 4, I believe, because that is the channel that copies the background, the light background channel. Okay, default solid, hazard, default solid. type clear hazard. All of these have default solid. Default solid, and this one though, this is decoration. This one is more special because it is a scene, but it's not a portal. So I will create a new type. It's also not a hazard. So I'll just duplicate this and call it a special type. Special doesn't give much information, but I can change it still. Where is it? Oh, I just made the script. That's idiotic. I apologize. Basic special 12. Basic special. This is also basic, no, basic special. This is portal. Also portal. Also portal. Also portal. All of these are portals or special or basic special objects. They do not have any additional functionality. Maybe I will implement some that have special functionality, so that's why I am not going to mark them as just special and that's it. This is a default solid. I think the next like X objects are so until these all have a default solid. Does it save? Does it apply to all? No, just to one. Annoying. No, that is not the correct one. No, that is not the correct one. Please. Do I make the black ones, the plain black ones, should I make them decorations or solid? Because I'm really not sure. I'm going to make them solid. Because unlike the other ones, it's just pure black. Like, it would be kind of stupid in my opinion to have a pure black object not be solid. The other ones are transparent, so This one, decoration. All of the rest are default solids. Boring. Should I add something in the corner to make it more interesting when I do this? Or, I mean, do stuff like this. I suppose that would make sense. Hazard. What type of hazard? A normal hazard. This texture, no scene, collision shape, basic decoration. This trigger, color trigger. This, what is this pointing to? Oh, this is an object I still haven't added. It's like these corner objects. No, like no, these corner objects, but with two corners. I have not added them yet somehow in the texture files, but I did point to them. And these are also solids. 41. Just make a 41 here. Why can I not make this unique? Okay, I can make it unique. So now the region is where should I put them? Like here? No, here maybe. Okay. And the next one, 42. And this one also unique. And I just increase this by 16, which would be 128. Yes. No, I do not increase this by. I want to decrease this by 16, which will be 96. And why 48? Alright. Now we're working with with textures I haven't made yet, but I do want to make. Which is kind of funny, I suppose. And I also have to update the IDs. So there are no issues. Okay. Let's make the textures real quick. Paint.net. File open recent. Yes, I do have the tile map here. I forgot if I have the... No, I do not have it separated. That's not a problem. Why did I put the corner here? I actually do not remember this. That seems kind of like a stupid move on my end. No problem. I'll just do this. Here it's the same thing. And right, I have to delete these. No. And now do this. Na 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 na. No, I am annoyed by this. I forgot exactly how to, like, what the value was originally that I used. It is what it is. And the last one, no, this goes down here. And this goes here. And now we are in business. And this is the new texture. Save it. Load. Yeah, look. It's perfect. I am a genius. Now, the problem is that I also have to add the buttons, which is a bit difficult. 7 viewers. What? Who is watching this right now? Now, of course, nothing is going to load because I'm using the new resource. Resource.type the default channel. If it does work, that would be surprising. Now I'm just going to everything to see where it does not work yet. Type, yeah, okay. How did I not catch that? Oh, okay, does load perfectly fine. That's surprising. That is surprising. Okay, so I'll have to add one here. Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe it's a glitch from YouTube. 7 people can't possibly be watching this right now. Is it working? Yes, it is working. I still have audio. Okay, I do still have audio. I need to check periodically in case something goes wrong. Right, I don't know. It works for some reason. If I update this, it works for some reason. If I save and exit, it saves. If I don't know, if I build a trigger, add a trigger, and I edit this, and I make it dark red. Does it work? I still have this enabled. It works. It works perfectly on the first try. What? Nah, that's insane. I am literally the next Terry Davis. That's not a good thing. That is not a good thing, but I do not want to have schizophrenia. That is a really bad disease, and I really hope there will be medical advancements that help people. Okay, what's next? I need to update this menu here to have the new objects. So each of these have an ID attached to them. These last three items, I will add them here. So now I have two of these objects, ID 40, where else 29, 30, 39, I think. Let me check. Okay, 28. So I duplicate number 28, and this is 41, and now for these ones. Okay, 36. Which one is 36? The last one, the very last one. That's convenient. Very convenient. So why is one missing still? Ten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, why is the last one being pushed here? I don't understand why. Oh, because these items, they're not even in here. That's why. Okay, now we are in business. Look, amazing stuff, am I right? Can do this now, and it looks smooth. The reason it looks a little weird, like reddish, is because I still have visible collision shapes enabled. Now that I disabled them, this should look better. Look at that. It's amazing, right? This is some absolute peak. Okay, now this should not happen. Why do these work but those don't work? Like, I don't really get it. Do these work then? Yes. Okay, I did not configure the first and most important object properly. Clear. Default solid. Please work. Okay, now it works. I am glad that was sorted out. Ah, amazing. This is working quite well. What about these? Yeah, they're fine. I need to stop something from... I did not think of this. Look at this. Isn't that fun? It is not fun. It is not fun at all, actually. So I have to go in the input controller and this zoom thing. I'll have to put it in here. Maybe at the beginning. Okay. Now it's not a problem. What's next? I did not expect the type thing to work so well. It kind of works too well. Let me check the decoration. Now it works. It was too easy. No, something is rather fishy. Oh, what happened then? Yeah, no, it all works. Yeah. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. I am quite surprised. I do like that. Next thing, transition scene. This thing. What was it they added? Where you could like move the... Could just like offset? Was it in the most recent version of Godot? Like a 4.7? I believe so. Quite unfortunate, would be very useful in this situation. I do want a foldable container. Ooh, that's a nice feature. That's a nice feature. What do I want? A color rect? A texture rect? A panel? Graph edit. Oh my god. Oh, that's really cool. Since when was this added? I do not know about this. Okay, I'll leave the panel for now. It's not a significant thing. I don't use this anymore, now do I? So if I name this to like message display and I run the game, I can switch scenes perfectly fine. Okay, that's nice. So in the camera, I want to make my own super cool scene for streams. I mean, I did not manage to change this in time. 1 second. I actually forgot about it. 1 second. I also added this display because I was noting something. I was making some notes. And I want these to be displayed even when the stream technically didn't start. But the only difference really is the title and this text. Though I do want to change. I think I can just, you know, update this welcome. You can do this using filters. OBS has a lot of filters and you can do some pretty cool stuff with them. I also had to make like the gradient so it's not a flat texture. I had to make an overlay manually, which is difficult. It's not difficult, it's just more complex. I'm sure you can do it with filters, I just did not know how at the time. So I will just copy this, paste this in here, refresh. Okay, that is better, right? Unfortunately, the only thing that is not still configured is the subscriber notification. I can enable it, or I think it's still enabled, but it's like over the text here, over the title. Okay. I need to go drink some water and I'll be back. Can I duplicate this? Copy, paste, and put it up here. No, I do not. The break is now something else. I gave a little example to no one because no one was watching the stream, which is sad. Like, this is how I want this messaging thing to work. Messages, error, actions. When you zoom in, it gives like 0.3, like some feedback, and it disappears afterwards. No, I want it centered. Why is it not centered? No, that's still not center, mate. Center. Alignment. So what? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you an idiot sandwich? Okay, be right back. Ah, I am back. Let me rename this in case. Hmm. What was it doing? Oh yeah, the messages. So I don't know, when I start a playtest? No, when I end. Tolerate. Nothing interesting here in the editor. In the camera controller, I suppose, when I zoom. When I zoom, I want to message display that show message. Zoom plus, I don't know, string of zoom multiplier plus x, and the severity is 0, so it's not severe at all. Oh, that should be inverse. Why is it from 0 the most severe, 1 warning? and greater is just feedback. That's stupid. And it should be bigger. Like this. Make the text font size, make it big. 26. Yeah, that's better. Still not good actually. Make it 40. If it even does something. I'm not sure it does anything. Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't do anything. Because I need to set the message label that text size font at theme font size override. Font size 40. Maybe this works. Okay. That is slightly better, right? It should be like more up. Don't be so down. Let me see. 400. And the font size 24. Something like this. Oh. That's interesting. What's the final Y position? Okay, 520. Well, I want this to be like 400, right? So this is 500. Final Y position. Look, that is better. Am I right? This is fun. Should I check the last label and delete the alt label if it's too old? If last label let q3, and if so, last label equals message label. Look, that's nice, right? The problem is with the twin. Oh, okay. Uh, so var last label twin. No, remove twin. Stop twin. No, I forgot. How did you remove a twin? Twin got dot. Twin dot kill. And here is the last label twin. This doesn't return like the finished function, right? I hope it doesn't. Okay, right, it doesn't. This works. The animation might be a bit too much, so I'll set this to 450. Isn't that nice? One problem. Stop, please. That I just noticed. The source audio. Audio output capture. Just the same one. Same one. Yeah. That is fine. Really, really nice. Okay, so now when you undo, for example, I also want to show that. Object system. When I'm ready, let's see. Undo, redo. What? History. History that version changed. Do I have a way to check which one? Let me see. So the undo redo. I have just one signal, version changed. Okay. So then maybe in the UI or input controller. I suppose the object system should not handle any sort of UI. Where is undo? Do I not have undo? I'm pretty sure I have undo. Did I not add the undo redo keyboard shortcuts? I suppose I have not. Oh. No. No, 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 no. That is not nice. Oh, this stream has been pretty long. I'm going to have to finish it soon. So maybe... What is it? Katya. My cat wants something. Okay, well, I don't think I'm going to be adding anything else today. I think I did enough. So like, Goodbye, chat. Kinda like that. No one liked the video. Please like the video. Ashley. Come on, Ashley. Yeah, please like the video so YouTube knows these streams are actually doing something. Okay, 3 likes. Yeah, I'm not sure if tomorrow I'm going to be streaming. Also, Kirgo will be over next week, and it will also be my birthday. Yes, maybe I will stream. I will play. One more thing. Would it be a good idea to switch to Linux? Because if all my apps are compatible, the only thing I have not been able to test is streaming and recording. Okay, recording works, not streaming. I have not tested streaming. Does anyone know how streaming works? Because I suppose if all the codecs are supported, if recording works, same as OBS in Windows. Well, then there is absolutely nothing stopping me from running Linux. Yes, I know OBS has a native Linux version. I did check and try to install that. Unfortunately, I was not able to do that on a test drive, like from the USB on the testing USB I have. I have enough storage. I have no idea why it did not work exactly. But yeah, in theory, all of my apps are compatible. One second, I did have a spreadsheet somewhere. Why is it still zoomed in? No, I don't want zoom. One second if I can find it. Okay, I did find it. Yes, this is Excel, but I have no problem with using LibreOffice. It's almost the same thing. This one just has some animations added to it. Yeah, these are basically all the apps I actually use. Paint.net, I can run it through Wine. Affinity, which I've been using quite a lot recently, also is compatible with Wine. I don't even know why I add the Visual Studio. I don't even use it. I made this at like 2 a.m. I think, so makes sense. There are some things added. Git LMMS, yes. I haven't used extensively. I have tried a little bit, but not extensively. TF2, CS2 are native. I also think Trackmania is native. No. Native. Geometry Dash. Isn't Geometry Dash native? I think it is native. This is also platinum or something on the ProtonDB website. This is funny. I haven't played this game in a while, but I mean it's pretty cool. Neither have I played Plague Inc. on PC. Holocure Save the Fans. I think I played it a year ago. A lot of time has passed, I suppose. What else? Doom Eternal, all of these. I got you into to hit one. Oh, this one. I mean, it's a fun game. I'm surprised Trackmania is supported. I really like, honestly, the engine for Trackmania. Like, they did a great job, at least with Nations Forever. It's like one of the most optimized games I have ever played. I don't know, some pretty interesting magic. And CS2 occupies a lot of storage and I don't really play it. Like, I've played it a bit and then I forgot about it because it's not that fun. It really is not that fun. I can just play like on Roblox or something. Roblox, which I do not play. I do not use Roblox, like, at all. Well, that is enough. Yes, I know there are ways to play Roblox on Linux. Yes, you tell me about them, but I don't care. I just don't play Roblox anyways. It doesn't matter what options I have. If I do need to play Roblox, like for any sort of extraordinary type of situation, then okay, I will consider sober as an option. So I might add this. Let's see. Roblox. I will call this unsupported, but add like sober as an alternative. Also, what browser do you all use? Is it just you now watching? Yeah, I think it's just you watching. What browser do you use? Chrome. I use Zen browser. I'm just I'm too professional. Okay, just look at this. I get everything here. I get gaming. I got research. And some other stuff. Okay, bye bye chat. Have a wonderful day or night. Okay, I need to see what I need to check on my cat. Yeah, goodbye.